Hi, my name is Andrew Williamson from Adexar and Librax. We're based near Bridgnorth in Shropshire. So the field of wheat we're studying now, which we've got the real results trial in, is a field of first wheat following oilseed rape of Revelation, drilled around about the 25th of September. We've had 4 fungicides, a T0 of straight chlorthalonil, followed by a T1 in the trial of Adexar. On the rest of the field we had Aviator. At T2 on the trial we had Librax, and then on the rest of the field we had Adexar, and then finally at T3 we put a generic tebuconazole product across the whole field. We generally only use 1 SDHI rather than using 2 as we've used now. So yeah, we're just trying to see whether we need to use 2 SDHIs as opposed to the farm standard of 1 SDHI. I think at the moment the SDHIs are very valuable for us. We wouldn't grow a crop without using an SDHI, but it's questionable whether where in the fungicide program we use it. There's a bit of discussion whether we should use it more earlier at T1 and less at T2, or indeed using both. The disease pressure has been relatively high here where we are in the west with a relatively high rainfall. We tend to see a lot of septoria. We also had a mild winter, so there wasn't a lot of later disease sat on the lower leaves. The pressure's been there, but it's been no worse than normal, I don't think. We didn't suffer like some with it being too dry or very, very hot either. But these crops were starting to get a little bit stressed out with the weather, but thankfully we got enough rain early on at the end of April, beginning of May, just to keep them going. So at the moment we use a class combine. We've got an Williamson 760 TerraTrack, and we'll use that to harvest these crops. That's got yield mapping on the machine, and everything goes over a weighbridge, so we can just calibrate to make sure we know what we've got off each part of the field and off each field. Soil structure is quite good here. We're all minimum tillage cultivation, using as little cultivation as possible. This is a particularly one of our lighter fields where it's got a higher sand content than most of our land, so it's be interesting to see how this has held on with the drier season we've had. So my nut-field is I did my nut-field on precision agriculture and how to gain the greatest benefit, and probably one of the biggest things I got from that was needing to go back to the soil, the state of our soils, and make sure we understand our soils better than we are, because that's generally what drives everything. So we're doing more along the lines of soil sampling and soil testing with regard to electrical conductivity to get variable rate seed, and we do a lot more variable rate seed now than we did before, and I think for us, of all the things we do with precision, that gives us the biggest benefit and we see the biggest gains from it. And once you've got that crop set up right going into Christmas, then the rest of it you can manage much easier. But if you haven't got a crop before Christmas, you're never going to have one in March or April. I like to think we're more reactive rather than proactive, and if there's a problem we'll assess it and manage it, but we don't do things just because we've done it before. So the main driver of why I want to do real results circling, we've always had trials of some sort on this farm every year, whether it's a herbicide or fungicide or fertiliser or anything. I think unless you try something on your own farm, you don't know how it's going to perform. This is real farming, this is how it happens, and this is ultimately how it's got to work and how it's going to perform in the next years to come. So I get a great deal of benefit doing the trials, and we've always done something, so I'll continue to do it.
BASF. We create chemistry.